It's time! The reigning, defending, undisputed champions of Europe, MUFC! How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. Sorry, I just cringed myself out there. With another little preview for you, my friends. This time it's for the Europa League final, obviously tomorrow. Gdansk, Poland. Let's be having you! Right. Anyway, look, it's obviously a huge game. Manchester United versus Villarreal. Spanish teams, obviously very, very tricky to come up against for Manchester United historically in the in European competition, and as they are against any English side for some reason. So you're coming up against a team here that is, in my opinion, not the best team. Not the best team, Villarreal. They finished 7th in their league, and they've also got Unai Emery as their manager. Now, you could say that's a good or a bad thing. We've seen him at Arsenal. He knocked them out in the semis. And to be fair to Unai Emery, you're talking about somebody who's won this competition multiple times. He's already won it 3 times with Sevilla back in the Dizzy. And this could actually be the 4th time that he wins it. So look, if you're talking about somebody who knows how to win this competition, I suppose you could say that's Unai Emery, my friends. Hey, we're going to get deep into it though, my friends. Do us a favour at the start of this stream and smash the thumbs up button on the video. Also, give it a share if you can. That will help us spread those piggy vibes. But let's do this. Come on, United. Let's do this. Ivana Kofor, welcome in this stream. Trix Plays, Shivan Jeffwar, Mason M, Brandon Daily Bitch, Shivan Jeffwar again, Flying Pig United Fan 67, Nick Pendragon, Carlos Kutzametsa, Griffo Chaz, K Slater 23, Mason M, and Kayam. Griffo Chaz, I know I'm pooing it myself. He says, I didn't think I'd get nervous for this final, but I'm beginning to shit myself. Griffo, maybe you should see a doctor about that, my son. But actually, no, I feel you on that one. It is a very nervy game. I was feeling very confident going into it before today. Now it's got to today. It's like, oh, Emery's won it a few times here. You know, you still got to win the game. It doesn't matter if you've got the better team or the better players. You still got to go there and win the game. There's been many an upset in football history, my friends, especially in finals. You know, it happens all the time. You always see an underdog story or whatnot, and that is Villarreal. They are the underdogs in this story right now. United are expected to go to Gdansk and get the win. We're expected to go there and effectively just do a professional job and see them off. Kind of like we did to Ajax when we had Jose as manager in the Europa League final 4 years ago, you know. That was like a super duper professional performance. It wasn't shining, it wasn't glowing. We just won it comfortably, defended well, scored a couple of goals, and just did a really good professional job. That's exactly what we need to do this time around as well. We want to make sure we stay ridiculously tight at the back, don't give anything away, and just pick them apart. That's what we need to do, my friends. You know, Solskjaer and the lads, we've obviously got a bit of momentum behind us, having finished the season pretty strong. Our form's good. You know, if you look at where we finished in the league, second best team in England this season, I mean, that goes to show something. And you look at where they finished in La Liga, they finished 7th. So they're effectively the 7th best team in Spain over the course of this season, which means that they ain't that good, are they? You know what I mean? But they are in the final of the Europa League. They have to be respected. I mean, they knocked out those chokers, Arsenholans, in the last round, though. In the words of Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. Hey there, Football Brownie. How have you going, mate? Oh, no worries at all, Football Brownie. No problem at all, man. I'll give you a message soon, actually, man. Yes. Good to see you, though, dude. I hope everything's good with you. Hey, JK Gamers is in here as well. What a bloody legend. What's this? Have we put out a legend call or something? What's going on? All of a bunch of legends suddenly turned up. JK Gamers, how you doing? Absolutely heroic GTA streamer and YouTuber. Check him out, JK Gamers, man. Thank you so much for getting in, dude. Shivan Jeffwa, how are you doing tonight? Thanks, everyone, getting in. Ian Dawn says Villarreal finished 3 places lower than Real Sociedad, but I do feel Villarreal carry more of a threat. What team could possibly carry more threat than Real Suck Off Your Dad? Do you know what I mean? They've got a very dodgy name, my friend. Anyway, no, listen. In regards to the where they finished in La Liga, yeah, they're not very good, are they? They finished 7th. This is the final of the Europa League. This is Manchester United we're talking about, my friends. It's come down to this. This is the final, a chance for Solskjaer to lift his first trophy for Manchester United as manager, as coach. We've got to various semi-finals, 3 or 4 of them, and we've bottled them, my friends. Last season, we're in a similar position. We bottled this. We can't be bottling this. So what this means is it's do or die for United, it's do or die for Solskjaer. This season's going to have a very big stain on it if we don't lift that trophy. Because yeah, we finished second in the league. Second ain't winning though, is it? Second ain't winning. You know, in the words of Vin Diesel, it doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. And also, what also is true is losing's losing, my friend. And so it doesn't matter which way you look at it. We have to win this game. Solskjaer's got to get the lads performing. The lads have to turn up. And we've got to lift that trophy, my friends. It's as simple as that. Legends draw legends, absolutely, my friend. Thanks for getting in here, man. Thanks for getting in here. Michael Ackwell Collins, hello. Oi, oi to you too as well, sir. Thanks very much. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Get your thoughts and opinions in about the final and stuff. We're going to get deep into it. This is just the interlude, or the intro, I should say. We're going to get deep into it. Predictions for, the lineup. We're going to get into that in a moment. Also, predictions for what we think is going to happen in the game. I'll get my old crystal ball bag out and see what's going on in the future. They call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things. So we're gonna get into that and predict these the scoreline tomorrow, and also just get into any other news and stuff that's going around it and what Solskjaer said at today's press conference, my friends. Daily bits as we bottled to a Spanish team last time. Hope we change that. This is it. We lost out to Sevilla last year in the semi-finals. We lost to them, should have won it. We were the better team on paper, just like we are the better team on paper this time around. But the game is not played on paper, my friends. No, it's played on a little bit of turf over in Gdansk, Poland, tomorrow night, randomly. Bit random, isn't it? But whatever, Gdansk is hosting it, so Gdansk, Poland, nice. Anyway, it's over in Gdansk, Poland. That's where it is. We've got to beat them out there on the pitch, my friends. Absolutely. Hey there, Shazad Ahmed. Welcome in. Finley Halpin says, come on, United, get in there. Tim Sursa's Greenwood hat-trick income. And I like your style and I like your moves. Right, let me just get into my thoughts and opinions on it then, lads and lasses. So, the team news, Solskjaer, obviously, just to quote some of his, some of what he said today, he says it's a big stepping stone for a big future. So he knows that a win here could basically start this, or spell the start of the successful period that we've been seeking since Sir Alex Ferguson left 7 or 8 years ago, my friends. It's been an absolute shit show since then. And this could hopefully, spell that start of some positive vibes at Manchester United. That's what we're hoping for. And he said this is a team that we've rebuilt in the last few years. Hopefully this is the start of something more, he said, which is very true, because since he's come in, he's had to sort of steady the ship. He's had to progress players that were sort of stagnant and not doing anything really with their careers. People like, countless players at United he's done that for. Luke Shaw and Fred and Matic and all these sorts of guys that he's just turned their careers around, or certainly helped them get to where they should be. And then also bringing the youngsters on this sort of stuff that he's done, like Greenwood, or the signings that he's made as well. Bruno Fernandes, the catalyst for our success, etc. So he has obviously rebuilt this team to a degree as much as he's been allowed to by our shite owners. But the facts are we haven't won a major trophy in 4 years. So, he says this is the best club in the world. That's the pleasure and the pressure of Manchester United. That's something the players are ready for. They wouldn't have signed here if they weren't top players. These are big nights for us. It might be the stepping stone for a big future. This group of players have been working for 1.5 years together. The next step for them is to enjoy a game like this. I've seen nothing. I've seen something growing inside of the players. Sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? I've seen something growing inside of the players. He means spirit and pride, my friends, you sickos. 30 minutes extra time will be played if the scores are level after 90 minutes. The final will be decided by a penalty shootout if the scores are still level after 120 minutes. Okay, then. So in regards to the team news, my friends, there's a few players that are going to be missing out. Slabbington Maguire's too busy being a bloody big old slab. It's unlikely that he's going to be featuring, because he's not actually taken part in the last training session today. Samuel Luckhurst reporting earlier that Maguire fails to train in United's last session before the Europa League final. He misses out on the last training session. He obviously has got an ankle ligament injury, so it's very unlikely Slabbington Maguire is going to be playing in the game. So we could basically just rule him out. We could pretty much rule out the slab. I don't think he's going to be featuring whatsoever. In regards to the other players, and that possibly out, Tony Martial's not going to be featuring. He's out. He's got a knee injury, and also Phil No Bones Jones, or we might have to change his name to Phil No Knees Jones now, actually, because he's looking. I tell you what, I don't know what it is about. How is he always injured? This guy, mate, Phil Jones. He doesn't even play. Like, he never even plays, mate. So how are you getting injured, dude? I never understand this, man. Is this like what is this? Is he actually injured, or is it just like pretending that he's injured because he's on so much money and he's so shit and he's never going to play in the team ever again? So we're just pretending he's got like a fucking cruciate ligament injury or something. Is that what we're doing now? It seems like it because he never bloody plays anyway. At least when Eric Bailly plays and gets injured, he's made out of paper. But at least he plays and then plays for one game, does awesome, and then just stacks it. At least he plays. Phil Jones never even bloody plays. But anyway, he's out. We're not talking. What's the point of talking about Phil Jones? So no Maguire, no Tony Martial, and no Phil Jones. Tony Martial's not the biggest loss, to be fair. If Cavani was out injured, I would be feeling really bad about this. But because we've got Edinson Cavani up top, who, let's face it, is like one of our best players. He's certainly a big leader up there for us. He certainly drives the team with his movement and his runs and just his desire and what he's asking from his teammates. Very committed player, always making those runs in behind. Very, very good for the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Rashford and all these guys to play for. Look at those balls in. Just feed Cavani and he will score. It's pretty much that simple, really. He's a very, very experienced player, and he's not played all that many games. It's not like he's played every single game this season, and a little bit of an injury here. He's been used sporadically here. Martial was given faith earlier on. But ultimately, he's risen to the top. The cream rises to the top, and that's what he's done. Cavani's shown that he's the best player for us right now in that position. So he's got to play. 91 Vance, let's go, mate. He says, smash their mums. You what? Hey, fair play, maybe in Celebrazione. Griffo says we need to score an own goal in the first minute so we'll win. So true. We do seem to just do so much better when we come back from behind. Sick note, says Bell691. Hi, Jim, ADV, Eddie O2. These boys will bring the trophy. They've worked too hard. I like your style, yeah. I've got faith in them. Okay, so this is my predicted lineup then, my friends. They call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things. We're going to get into it then. And here it is. So, pretty much, because of Maguire being out, I can see the back pairing. De Gea starts, obviously. De Gea's starting in the goal. He's the better goalkeeper right now. And it could be his final farewell. You know Solskjaer's going to let him play. Lift that trophy. Happy days. David De Gea starting in goal. Just say that right now. Left back Luke Shaw, one of the best players of the season. Of course he starts ahead of Alex Telles, so there's no even point even talking about that, really. Twanzebe and Lindelof at the back. Now, this isn't what I want, but this is what I think Solskjaer is going to select out there in the game tomorrow. Twanzebe's done pretty well recently. He's looked quite solid. Lindelof seems to be like his go-to IKEA fitter furniture man or something. I don't know really what he does, but hey, he's his go-to, and he likes to select him in there. Eric Bailly's just been a little bit ropey recently, just, in and out the side, injury issues always ever present, etc. Don't know if he's going to get the nod ahead of either of these two. So that's my prediction anyway. I think that Twanzebe and Lindelof will be the starting centre-backs in the game tomorrow night. Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. We don't need to even say anything about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Of course he starts. Of course he's the first name, one of the first names on the team sheet there. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he picks himself. The midfield, this is where it could get very interesting. So we've seen McTominay and Fred play together a heck of a lot recently. A heck of a lot. And we've seen it be quite shy most of the time. Like, it's not really worked out. I've not enjoyed it myself that much. I like Fred as a player. I like McTominay as a player. McTominay's very passionate. Fred's very energetic. He tries and he's so committed out there. I love the way they both go about it, but they're not world-class talents. They shouldn't be really starting in a major European final. They shouldn't be starting a big game against Chelsea or City or Liverpool, any of these guys. They're lesser game players. They're squad players. They're players to come in and play lesser teams and help out for the many fixtures that you have throughout the season. Squad players. That's it. So I don't really want to see them both starting in the midfield again, and I hope Solskjaer doesn't pick them, and I don't think he is going to pick them again. If he does, then it's a bit of a gamble. It's a bit of a, that's been proven not very good recently. And we're going into a European final with that. Doesn't necessarily fill everybody with the most confidence in the team, but hey, look. So that's what I've gone for anyway. McTominay, I think, is McTominay and Pogba. What that gives you is it gives you both of them are box to box. Both of them can defend a bit. Both of them are quite quick. Both of them are athletic, strong, can get you a goal. Both of them can as well going forward or from a set piece if you get them in there. But it's not the most defensively sound, is it? When you look at that pairing that I've selected there, it's not the most defensively sound. But in my opinion, unless you have Fred and McTominay turn up and play their very best, then they're not the most defensively sound either. At least with this option, you've got Pogba back there who can be like a pass master, who can pull all of the strings. McTominay can be more of the defensive-minded player of the two, but they're both effectively going to be defending. And but Pogba's going to be more of a sort of playmaker there. And then that allows you to get your 4 best players in up front. Because obviously we've seen Pogba play out on the left-hand side recently. And that could quite easily be the case tomorrow night, I suppose. But I've just got a feeling he's going to try and get his best players out there, his most experienced players out there on the pitch. That means playing Pogba a little bit deeper in the centre of midfield, which, okay, he's not played there that much recently, but he can do the job there, absolutely. And if he has a big game, which for a Europa League final we should be bang up for, then we'll do very well. Rashford on the left-hand side, it gives him the opportunity to play there. Obviously, what you're going to do if Pogba plays on the left, this is the thing. You've got to try and get your best players in there. And I think this formation with these players is pretty much doing that right now, based on form and based on just sort of big game players. Rashford on the left-hand side, he can definitely get you a goal. Bruno Fernandes obviously has to play. He is literally the best player on the team, really. On the right-hand side, Mason Greenwood. I've gone with Greenwood. I suppose what you could do is play like McTominay and Fred in the midfield, or maybe even Matic, or, I don't know about that, but McTominay and Fred in the midfield, and then you could play Pogba on the left and maybe Rashford on the right, with Cavani up top and Bruno in behind. But it just doesn't seem like you're utilising your best players in your best positions there. What I'd like to see Solskjaer do, and what I think he's going to do, is go with Pogba and McTominay in the centre of the park, Rashford over on the left-hand side, which would allow obviously Greenwood to play on the right, who's been very good recently. His form's sensational. I think, last game maybe wasn't the best, but I think before that he'd had 7 goals in 10 games in all competitions. I mean, that's great form for anybody, and this kid's 19, so but it doesn't matter about his age. He's good enough. Stick him in there. And then Cavani up top. I've put him El Matadore, mate. Just feed the Matador. Feed Le Archer, the Spanish elbow. Feed elbow. Feed elbow, and he shall score. You know what I'm saying? So that's my lineup, lads and lasses. What do you think about that? Do you think Solskjaer's going to go with this team? In a way, it picks itself. I don't see how anybody gets in their head of Cavani, and the front 4, in my opinion, based on form and everything, should be playing like that. It's the midfield is what I'm a little bit, uncertain about. Who knows what Solskjaer's going to select in the midfield? And I suppose the centre-backs you could maybe, see Bailly starting in the game instead of one of those two. But I think that maybe is what it's going to be, guys. So what do you think about the team? Do you think this is what Solskjaer's going to choose? Who would you leave out? Who would you put in? Let me know your thoughts and opinions. So let's have a vote on the midfield then, lads and lasses. So who are your 2 starting midfielders? So I'm talking about the McTominay and the Pogba position here in what is a 4-2-3-1 here that I've got on my graphic here. What is your midfield duo? Bob says Ollie always plays McFred for big games. Yeah, well, the thing is, though, what I would say about those two, they're just not playing that well at the moment. We've seen it. They're not playing that well. I don't think it's necessarily a great idea to do that right now. They do give you a lot of energy. They do cover a lot of ground. Fred, if he has a good game, can really, really, influence the game well, win you it back, get you going. But he can also completely shut the bed for you. He's been a little bit ropey at times. And this formation with this team that I selected, at least it does get your best. It gets your best players in there, effectively, your biggest name players, Torquem, you thinks it's going to be McFred, nice. Pogba and Matic, says Josh Rain. Hey, I liked the old Pogba and Matic combo in the centre there back in the Dizzy. So that's not a bad idea. Donny and Pogba, says Tim Sir. Wow. I'd be pretty surprised if he played Donny in the Europa League final here randomly. But hey, imagine if he did. Fred and Pogba, says Nolan Zachary. Interesting. Fred and Pogba could be Frogba. I like that, Carlos Cusameza. Frogba in the centre of the park. Pogba, McFred, says Jazzman. The Vutinator says, I think we smash these melts up tomorrow night. Come on, my son. That's what I like to hear. Fred and McTominay will play. What's this? Hang on a sec. Fred and McTominay will play. Sorry, I've lost that comment. You think Fred and McTominay will play? I don't know who said it, though, but yeah. K Slater says, Matic after 90 won't be able to start with such a quick turnaround. Maybe he might come on a bit later on, but it's actually quite possible that he starts. What you need is somebody who's good defensively, who's cool on the ball. And next to him, you need somebody who's also good defensively, but maybe better creatively, which certainly Pogba is. We've seen Matic and Pogba before. I like that. I mean, I like Matic and Pogba more than I do McTominay and Pogba, to be fair. But I just think he's going to choose McTominay in the game. Just somebody with a bit more legs. I don't know. Zayn Miyasi with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Zayn. Get in there, Zayn. Zayn Miyasi's going to be watching the Europa League final from behind his sofa tomorrow night. Oh, he says, Villarreal 2-1. Come on, Mr. Good Evening. With Pepe on fire, he would be smoked. Your defense if you were playing us. Oh, Zayn Miyasi, you never failed to come on there and talk COD, do you, Zayn Miyasi? Hang on a sec, didn't you get absolutely mullered by Mr. Good Evening last time out, mate, in the semi-finals, dude? Oh, man, with Pepe on fire, he would have smoked your defence if you were playing us. I mean, that's quite funny, dude. I like your style, though, Zayn. We're not playing you, unfortunately, though, Zayn. You know why? Because you got drubbed up by these Villarreal Good Evening meltbags in the last round, as we just aforementioned. Anyway, so let me get rid of that so the live chat comes back up. Yeah, so that's my team, guys. Look, I don't know. I think that's what Solskjaer's going to do, but he could easily play Matic. He could easily play McFred in the centre of the park. But loosely, that's basically what it's going to be. I think the back line's going to be as it was on that graphic, and I also think the forward four is pretty much going to be that, unless he does elect to play Pogba on the left-hand side, which I'll be very surprised if he does, with the other players that are available. Zayn Miyasi, that's so funny, mate. Thank you very much for getting it in, dude. Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe it's actually good for Arsenal next season that you're not in the Europa League, in all honesty. Somebody said that in the last stream, and I agree. Like, it's actually good for Arsenal that they're not in Europe. Because nobody really wants to be in the Europa League. Until you get to the end of it, it's just a hindrance. You can focus on the league, and maybe you'll be able to finish 7th next year. Yeah, Kevin Jackson, I'm streaming tonight, dude, absolutely. I'm sorry, Kevin Jackson. Ooh, I am streaming. Later, about 11 p.m. Big God Bob, hello mate. He says you melted your last stream. Spanish TV is 30.5, not 32. Hey, I was rounding up there, okay? Big God Bob, I was just saying. He's getting on a little bit. All right. Is he only 30? Fair play to you. That's awesome. Well, yeah, that's why. Anyway, the point I was making is that he's still young and just in the prime of his life. Rushmano says 62 likes. Nice, everyone. Do us a big favor and smash the thumbs up button. Let's blitz 100 likes. Smash a like on it if we're going to smash up Villarreal in the final tomorrow night. Let's be having you. Malps says, big day, Ollie. Oh, big time, man. Can you imagine if Ollie loses this game? I don't even want to think about it, but could you imagine? You know, just the Ollie out brigade will come out in sheer full force like a bunch of sweaty little dirtbag sewer dwellers that they are. You know, they really will. They'll just come out in full hog. Oh, yeah, we see the second. Oh, he couldn't even beat us every place. Anyway, of course, I'll be pissed off too. And I'll be disappointed. It depends what happens in the game, but of course. I don't even want to think about that, though, because that's not going to happen. He's going to win the game. He's going to get the job done. He's going to do the business. He's got a really good set of players. He's got a very particular set of skills he's acquired over a long career. Unai Emery, if you let us win the game easily, I will not look for you. I'm not hard. Anyway, yeah, so he has got, you know, who's the most experienced out of the two? It's obviously Unai Emery in terms of management. Solskjaer's coming up against somebody here that's already lifted this Europa League trophy 3 times before. So you can't really beat him in the experience stakes when it comes to lifting the Europa League. You know, he's the winningest. Actually, no, I think if he wins it one more time, so if he beats Solskjaer, he'd be the winningest manager in the history of the competition. So he has to be respected. Even though Villarreal finished 7th, they have to be respected, don't they? 4-1 incoming to G1 United. The Futinator says 3-1, easy. Okay, get your predictions in, lads and lasses. You know what? My prediction is I'm actually going for the same scoreline as our last Europa League final. I think it's going to be 2-0. I think you're going to see a defensively boss performance from the lads. Just got a feeling that the centre-backs are going to turn up tomorrow, whether it be Lindelof and Twanzebe or any other combination. Just got a feeling they're going to boss it. I liked how Twanzebe was looking out the last couple of games. And, you know, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka have been absolutely flawless recently. So those guys fill me with a lot of confidence. David De Gea looks in good form. Don't think that's going to be a problem area for us. The only issue I see is maybe the center of the park, maybe getting done for, possession in the middle if we get overrun, or maybe just the fact that um, they obviously Spanish sides are very good at passing it around, and if we've got two players in there, depending on who they are, who are not on it, then we could be in for a bad, torrid day at the office. It depends, doesn't it? Especially if you choose McFred, like McTominay and Fred. I like them both. I've said this before. They're good players, but they're not great players. And they've also been a bit ropey recently in a bunch of different games. And if they have a bad day at the office again, then it could be a bad day at the office for United. It's as simple as that. So, but that's my only concern area for the team. Everyone else is going to smash it. We're going to score goals. We have some of the best attacking players in the world, in my opinion, in this team. Bruno Fernandes, creatively a beast, scores goals for fun as well. Rashford's definitely got a goal in him. And, of course, Greenwood's in some really good goal-scoring form as well. I think 7 and 11 or something like that of his last games. He's done a good job. And then El Matador Cavani, like we've discussed, if you just feed the guy, he will score. Our defense scared the life out of me, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it's always going to be a concern. It's going to be a concern. I'm just trying to be super positive. I don't want to tell you that we've got a makeshift defense of somebody who's only played a few games this season and a Swedish meatball. I don't want to tell you that, guys. I have to believe that they're going to do the business. But no, I actually do think they're going to step up. This is the Europa League final. And one thing I could say about Lindelof is a lot of the time when there's a big game, he does actually, step up a lot of the time. He also melts some of the time too. But he's one of those players that can play beyond himself, I think, Lindelof. And then Twanzibi's looked pretty damn solid last couple of games. I actually think that's maybe better than having Harry Maguire fit. Hey, DJ Psychedelic Dan Morgan, thank you for subscribing to the channel, dude. I appreciate you. Fire Up as well, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. If you're new, guys, do as Justin Jeffrey's done and give this channel a cheeky little subscribe. If it's your first time here, please do. Anyway, Sin Games, yo, how you doing, mate? Hope all is well. Sin Games, great to see you, my man. Yeah, all is good, dude, all is good. Just previewing the cheeky little game tomorrow. We're going to smash him up. Bell comments, one good CDM replaces Fred, Matic and McTominay. Keep the Scott, sell the other two. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I think one good midfielder coming in this summer will do the business for us. So, guys, I just want to get into the form of the teams. Or not really Manchester United. We know about the form of Manchester United, but for anybody that's not really been following Villarreal or anything over in La Liga, so obviously they beat Arsenal in the last round of the Europa League in the semis. That doesn't really say anything. Doesn't impress me much. They're just, they've beaten a pub team there. They've beaten a fellow mid-table fodder side. But no, this is the thing. Their last 6 games in La Liga, Villarreal have got 9 points out of those, so they've lost half of the points that were available to them. They have played some good teams in there, though, so we'll just have a look at their last 6 fixtures here. So they finished 7th in La Liga. They got a goal difference of, I think it's plus 16, and they scored 60, conceded 44. In terms of where they finished, it's obviously not great for them. Below Sevilla, Betis, Sociedad, Atletico, Real Madrid. Actually, no, sorry, that's the form guide table. Ignore that. But they finished below all the big teams, Atletico, Real Madrid, Barcelona. So it's not like they finished 4th and they were in a close race with those guys. No, they finished quite far behind. But their last 6 fixtures in the Liga, they lost 2-1 to Barca, which is no disgrace, really. They beat Getafe 1-0. They lost 4-2 to Celta Vigo. Then they beat Real Valladolid 2-0. Then they beat Sevilla 4-0, which is obviously a big win. Then they lost last game of the season to Real Madrid 2-1, which is also no disgrace. So in terms of the form, it looks a bit spotty, a little bit patchy, but then you actually analyze it, and the last 3 games, they lost to Real Madrid 2-1, and they beat Real Valladolid, and they beat Sevilla 4-0. So they're in a decent bit of form right now, I would say. I'd say right now they probably hit form just about the right time. I know, obviously, they lost to Real Madrid, but, they were still going for the title, and it's kind of like, that's obviously in a game that they're expected to lose, really. So the fact they only got done 2-1, But either way, they're not easy opposition, is what I'm saying, guys. It's going to be a tough game, and United are going to have to turn up if we're going to get the business done. Wow, there's over 100 of you legends tuning in right now. Crikey, I didn't even know that. Shit, I thought we didn't even have that many people in it. Legends, guys, thank you so much for getting in for the preview. 17 likes away from 100. Smash the thumbs up. 3-1 tomorrow, says Palmerius. Thank you, Rushmana. You legend says subscribe to the channel. Absolutely. Right. Okay, then. Drawn 13 times, says the net gigs. In extra time, also. Hey, Travis, how you doing, you legend? He says probably just an above-average team, then. Yeah, I would probably liken them to, if you're talking about who they are in the Premier League. I mean, they did beat Arsenal. I don't know, maybe they're like probably not even as good as West Ham right now. I don't know. I'd say they're more of an Everton right now. Everton finished 10th, I know that. Hey, I don't know. All I know is they don't bother me at all. The players are going to have to step up and obviously have a good performance, but as long as they do that, then they should comfortably beat them. It's all in the players' hands and Solskjaer's hands, really. Like, this is a game we should go out there and win. So let's go and bloody win it then. But yeah, they did send Arsenal packing in the last round. Obviously, it beat them 2-1 overall in the semi-final. We beat Roma. We absolutely trounced Roma in the previous leg. So, you know, we're in decent form in terms of the Europa League as well. In terms of their, just to give you a bit of a rundown of their team. So, see, they've got some decent players. Manu Trigueros and Raul Albiol scored against Arsenal. Yeah, you know, I'm looking at their team. It just, yeah, you know, looking at their team, it just doesn't really fill me with that much. I just think they look a little bit shy, to be honest with you. But you have to watch out for them. I mean, Gerard Moreno got a bunch of goals for them this season. Yeah, whatever. Alcácer. To be fair, Gerard Moreno's got 29 goals for them this season, actually. That's pretty incredible. Oh, just looking at the top scorers for Villarreal. Let's get back into the comment section then, my friend. So, get your thoughts and predictions in. I'm going for 2-0 to United. I'm going for a very professional display from us. I believe it's the Europa final. I believe too much rides on this for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the boys. They've all put so much into this. The years that they've sort of failed over the last few years. Of course, some of them are just getting here, but these guys are great players and additions like Cavani and Bruno, real winners, leaders that can actually win you some things like this. You need those sorts of players in there. I think we were lacking a little bit of that. Now we've got those couple of players in there that we were missing. We still need a couple more, but right now we've got enough to beat Villarreal in the final. Come on, United! 1-0 to United, says Slay F Bro 2011. Go on, Slay. We'll take that, lad. I'll take a cheeky little 1-0 to United all day. Horatio is all right, says Trav. Yeah, definitely. Cheeky little 85 SBC fodder. Mason says, I think we will win if we just don't start Fred. Okay, Fred, start or bench? Start or bench Fred, guys? Let's have a cheeky little vote in the live chat, everybody. Start or bench? What would you do? Does he get into your starting lineup? McFred's tried and tested. Doesn't mean it's tried and tested good, but it's tried and tested. Bench or start Fred? 2-1, says Rowan Burbage. Good, great shout. 1-1, Man United smashed them 5-0 on penalties, says View from Lookout. Dude, that could be pretty naughty. 91 Vance says 3-0 United battering son. Hey, Berber, mate, how you doing there? Yanis, the greatest set pieces. Guess who can't defend in these situations? Ooh, you make a great point there, Yanis Varaklas. United do have bottle merchants at the back when it comes to defending set pieces. Okay, bench Fred, says Reese. Start, says Rupert Meadows. Start, says 91 Vance. Start, says the Vutinator. We need Fred's tenacity, says Palmerius. What's up, G-Wolf? Fred, bench. Lynette Giggs says bench. Start, says Rushmano. Start Fred and Pogba. Okay, guys, so for anybody getting in, this is the lineup that I think is going to happen. I don't know if he's going to... I don't think he's going to go with Fred and McTominay, but I could be wrong because he has chosen that a lot. I just don't think it's looked that great recently. I think if I was him, I'd be trying to get basically my best players into the team anyway. So if you're just getting in, this is the sort of lineup that I predicted here. Twantibi, Lindelof at the back. Everywhere else in the back line just fills itself. McTominay and Pogba, I think he'll play Pogba a bit deeper. I think he won't, because just to accommodate Rashford on the left, Greenwood on the right, Bruno in the middle, and Cavani up top. Pogba plays deeper, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if Fred starts alongside Pogba, but I do think Pogba starts in that position. I could be wrong, but then what we're going to see, Rashford over on the right and Pogba on the left, and where's Greenwood then? You know, I think he's got to have Greenwood playing. He's got to have Greenwood playing. So there you go. That was my lineup. Matic and Pogba is a one that I like, you know, Lynette Giggs. And Binny Turkey says Pogba and Matic. That is one that I like. If he would start Matic, then I think we would be very comfortable. He could always bring on Fred later just for those legs if Matic gets a bit tired, fatigued later on. He is obviously getting on a little bit. But you know what? Just don't see him doing it. He's not played him that much recently. Fred couldn't pass a parcel, says Mason M. Rowan Burbage says, or start Van der Beek. Mate, what a big bollocks move that would be from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, wouldn't it? Just to chuck Donny in there in the Europa League final. Could you imagine? He's barely played the lad. Can you imagine if he just chucks Donny in there? That'd be an insane move. Could work out, though. I think Pogba will play more forward role. I'd prefer to see Pogba in there. MF? MF what? Instead of MF? What do you mean? A midfield? Wait, is it? Well, I'm confused. You mean like where Bruno is? Or, oh, do you mean left midfield? Or, oh, I don't know. Do you mean LM or LW? Anyway, Slay F says, I think Bruno Fernandes is going to set Cavani up. I like your style. I think that's probably going to be the case. Yeah, we've seen it quite a bit. Rush Mono says, that team should be enough, but Villarreal and no mugs. And have some good players. They do, yeah. If you look at their goal scoring stats this season, they've got a really powerful striker up there who's getting the goals. Reese says, De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Twanzebe, Shaw, Pogba, Matic, Greenwood, Bruno, Rashford, and Cavani. Okay, so very similar to mine, apart from Pogba, apart from Matic in there instead of McTominay. Yeah, makes sense. Matic and Pogba would work. I just don't think Pogba wants to play there to sing games. I agree with you. I don't think that's his best position. Yeah. His best position is a bit more advanced, or even on that left-hand side, I think he's looked pretty damn good for us recently. The problem is, if you do that, then what happens to Rashi? G-Wall says, Pig, I think Bailly will start ahead of Twanzebe and Greenwood would replace Fred. What? Anyway, hey, no, Bailly, you never know. He could easily start in there, to be fair. What do you mean Greenwood would replace Fred? I'm very confused with that. Oh, okay. So you mean like Greenwood replaces Fred and then Pogba goes... I don't know. Don't know what you mean. I think Pogba hasn't a spot in this formation. Oli has understood that and tries him in the wings, but he's too slow. He shouldn't start tomorrow, says Janice for Akras. Wow. We don't have many good options in midfield, though, Janice. That's the problem. I mean, what we're going to go for? McTominay and Fred just doesn't... No, I know that's probably what's going to happen in the final, guys, but it just doesn't interest me. It's not good enough for a European final. I'm sorry to say. It's B team, mate. It's, you know, a couple of CDMs there who are literally like 3 stars out of 5, mate. You know, second string. I'm sorry, that's no disgrace at all, mate, by the way. That's no disgrace at all. But they ain't top tier, and I think that this is the sort of game we need to have the big boys out on there, the guys with the experience, the ability to create something special. I don't think McTominay or Fred really give you that, but hey, there you go. What do I know? Rowan says he thinks he will start centre backs Bailly and Lindelof. Great shout, my friend. Sin Games says Pogba will play more wing. MF is a real midfielder that can defend and attack. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. You just mean like a central midfielder, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, but in a 4-2-3-1, that's basically what he would be. So McTominay, it says DN there on my thing, but basically what I mean is a 4-2-3-1. He's one of the two, you know. So you've got one more defensive-minded midfielder, and then obviously one more box-to-box creative midfielder who's like hopefully playmaking and being a bit of a pass master in that role. United Extra, what's going on? Says what's that say? Will there be a watch along? Yes, there will be a watch along. It's already set up actually, guys. So if you want to find it before tomorrow and set a reminder, you can do. We're actually starting about 7 p.m. So we're going to get going an hour before. We'll cover all the team news and everything. And of course, get into the build up of the game and just get into it, my friends. It's going to be good. I might even get the beers out. Beers, oh yeah. Might even get the beers out. Who knows? Europa League final. Yeah, get the beers out. We're going to get wasted. We're going to get wasted with the Europa League final tomorrow night. Come on, my son. No, seriously, I might have a few drinks. To be honest, I'm nervous. Me too, Shane. United, I'm bricking it. Also, dude, it is squeaky bum time, dude, for Solskjaer and the lads. If Solskjaer falls at the final hurdle, oh, I don't know, it's a hard thing to recover from, isn't it? Losing a 4 semis and then losing a final in the Europa, when realistically he should be winning it as well. So he's got to get the job done. Janice says, I would play 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1, and then I would play Pogba in the mid. We must win. Hey, that's quite interesting. I wonder if he would mix it up to that extent in the final. Griffo Chaz says, Matic in goal, James right back, McTominay and Fred centre backs, Tellez left back, Diallo CDM, Pogba CDM, Fernando CDM, Rashford left wing, Greenwood right wing, Cavani striker. Hey Roman Fahey, how you doing there, mate? How you doing there? Yes, that is probably a good idea, Griffo Chaz, to be fair. But I mean, if I do that, I'm not going to be able to do my FIFA stream, and it's going to be really late by the time I've done my match reaction and stuff. So probably not. 3 likes away from 100 likes, everyone. Do us a favor and smash that thumbs up button. Let's do it. Let's be having you. Okay, anything else I wanted to talk about here very quickly? Yes, so we've gone over. Harry Maguire is unlikely. He's obviously injured. Fred and Scott McTominay should be okay for the game. Martial's still sidelined. Pai would be okay for the game if selected. Maguire didn't train with the last final session before the game. That's basically it, guys. Yeah, my prediction's 2-0. I think we're going to win. I think Solskjaer and the lads have got the beating of Villarreal. We're just a better team. No disrespect to them. They are a decent side. They finished 7th in La Liga, though, and that tells me a little story. Spanish teams are good. They do keep hold of the ball well. They generally can pass you off the park, actually. Even a 7th place side, I expect them to have 50% possession of the football, really. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I don't really watch them that regularly. I don't know necessarily how they play. But, hey, it's, yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Travis. Hey, shout out to Trav, by the way, man. He's sorting me out with all manner of thumbnails. He's a top lad. Thank you very much to Travis. Check him out on YouTube. Search him up there. Check out that T avatar. His name's Trav. Check him out, man. Fortnite streaming, gaming, and general dudeness. Zany Geek says maybe a baby sham. Hey, now you're talking, dude. Rushmano sent me a UEFA statement on the failed Super League bid. Let's take a look at this then, Rushmano. Thank you very much. Man, UEFA statement on the failed Super League bid. So this is what they've come out with and released a statement just about an hour or so ago. Following an investigation conducted by UEFA ethics and disciplinary inspectors in connection with the so-called Super League project, disciplinary proceedings have been opened against Real, Barca, and Juventus for a potential violation of UEFA's legal framework. Fucking give it them. That's right. I can't believe they're still proposing to even go ahead with that. I'm very glad that the English clubs and the English fans more so, not necessarily the clubs, because the owners would have taken us in there, but the fans and just the English football community were able to stop that gashness from happening. But it seems like those clubs are still, certainly some of those clubs are still dead set on it. Our owners were probably still dead set on it if it wasn't for the fact that the backlash from the fans was so strong. But that is pretty interesting. Also, Cristiano Ronaldo teasers summer transfer amid Man United links. Cristiano Ronaldo posts cryptic message over future with Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain among favourites to sign him if he leaves Juventus. Ronaldo feud speculation. That's quite interesting. Okay, yeah, so Rushmano just sent me a little update on Ronaldo there. Seems like, hey, it's quite interesting, isn't it? I would love to see the guy come back to United, but it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen, but I would love it. Eddie Otis says, cheers for the preview pig. I'm going to be listening on the sign. It's got to eat. Everyone have a good night in GGMU. We're going to win it. Smash the like. Eddie, mate, thanks for getting in here. I really appreciate you also. You're a top don, man. And yeah, dude, I think that we got the beating of them too. We're going to absolutely turn them to bits. It's going to be a drubbing. Dwenans, what sort of name is that? Denuans says, I think Phil Jones will start over Cavani and Lee Grant instead of Bruno. You're very astute, my friend. Kay Slater says, don't pay Ronaldo a wage, but give him all the merchandise profit. Mate, he'd make a shitload, wouldn't he? Shane United, hello, dude. He says, Glazers out. Avram and Joel probably won't even be there tomorrow night. No, I bet they won't. No. What's the odds on? Okay, let's have a vote on that, guys. Do you think the Glazers will be in Gdansk? Glazers, hashtag Glazers in Gdansk or hashtag Glazers in New York? Hashtag Glazers in Gdansk or hashtag Glazers in New York? Fucking hell. I mean, most clubs' owners would would crawl through broken glass with their bloody flies open for an opportunity to go watch their side lift the trophy and Gdansk as the owner. You know what I mean? Well, I bet the Glazers won't be there. We will play you on strike, says Slay F Bro. Thank you, Eddie O, to you legend. No, says Shazan Ahmed. No, says Jonathan Gallagher. Tando Match, imagine CR7 being coached by Solskjaer. What do you mean? What are you saying? Glazers in New York, says K-State or Tampa. Glazers in New York, says Jonathan Gallagher. Rush Mother says Glazers in Florida. Glazers didn't even know we're in the finals to Sin Games. New York says to you, yeah, exactly. Bootinator, F them leechers, dude, yeah. I mean, it's a sad topic to talk about when you're talking about the owners of the football club being so disconnected from the club that when they get to a major European final, they don't even bloody turn up. You know, I mean, it's just not gonna. I can't imagine they're gonna be there, because if they did go there, oh man, they're just gonna stir everything up again just to be seen. So they're definitely gonna just duck out and hide, aren't they? I got a feeling they will, but they're still pricks as well. Hello there. Well, maybe just keeping up appearances. You know what I mean? They got to keep up the appearances. They polish in their Super Bowls this bell. I think they will, to take some glory. Could you imagine? Yeah. Could you imagine if fucking Avram Glazer or Joel Glazer or whatever comes down at the end of the game? We lift the trophy, and he takes it. Bruno Fernandes hands it to him like Leicester City's the other day, and he fucking clutches it like a baby. Could you imagine them doing that? No. I couldn't. Could you imagine the Glazers doing that? Anyway. I mean, they have seen a period of success at United before, let's be honest now, lifting trophies. They have obviously owned the club for, what, 15 years or something? So they've seen a period of success at United, so they have lifted trophies and stuff. Hey, look, at this moment in time, with the club where it is and all the fan base where it is and the anti-Glazer message and just everything, everybody hating them, I don't see them really wanting to go to the final anyway. Kaya McQuirk says Villarreal for Europa. No, dude, we're going to smash them up, dude. Janice says, Pig, actually, there is a chance for United to get Ronaldo. I can explain to you. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance, because, look, he might want to leave Juventus. We could maybe exchange somebody a la Paul Pogba, a la Tony Martial, or somebody like that, which is going to make it a lot more realistic of a deal for both parties. But even so, it's still very unrealistic, Jonathan Gallagher says the Glazers don't deserve to lift the trophy. Big. That's a great shout, actually, you bring up, Jonathan. And let's get those green and gold flowing in there like Shazan Ahmed's done there as well, because, you know, you're right, man. They don't deserve for us to win a trophy. In a way, they deserve for us to lose, and they deserve for us to have the serious backlash. They don't deserve the prize money. They don't deserve the Super Cup appearance. They don't deserve any of that, really. But us fans do, and certainly Solskjaer and the players do. So, obviously, I'm going to support the, hope that they win it. But you're right, though. The owners, they don't deserve any bit of this success, to be fair. They might own the deed of the club or whatever, but they don't actually, it's not their club. Bob says, seeing Leicester owner go on the pitch celebrating the players all really emotional. That's how an owner should be. 100%, man. 100%. You can see what it meant to him. Lost his father, wasn't it, as well? And the passion, the money that they put into the club, how they managed the club. They've done a great job at the club. And yes, same can't be said for our shite owner. Let's be honest, that period of success is only because of Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, Shane. Fully agree with you. Absolutely. Yeah. He was the main man. He could get wine out of water, mate. Absolutely. He could polish a turd, couldn't he? No, seriously, he could. I don't think there was ever a manager who could produce he could squeeze the most juice out of a crappy little tangerine or something, and he could feed like a family of 5 like their morning juice or something from one little crappy tangerine. I don't know. He was so good at just getting the best out of players, like motivating players, man management, turning players like Nani into world beaters, and Anderson into respectable players. And let's be honest now, Anderson, if he played for pretty much any other manager, he's shite, mate. That's what I think. Ryan Martin, how are you doing, you legend? He says, hey man, what's going on? Good seeing Alanga score the other day. Roll on tomorrow night. Mate, what a banger from Alanga. That header was mint, dude. Yeah, great movement. And just generally all game long, he looked pretty damn lively. I think he's got a really good future ahead of him, man. Yeah, I'd rather like take the chance. In all honesty, I'm kind of done with Tony Martial now at the club. Sorry to say, but I would be happy to cash in and use that money elsewhere, whether that means getting a Haaland or a Sancho or whatnot. And then just look, you've got other great talents like Greenwood and Alanga coming through in those sorts of positions, man, like to back up Cavani for a year or so. You know, it's exciting, man. Shane United says, mate, they probably didn't know we were playing. Then we got the Liverpool game called off. And if they did, they would have not known who we were playing. You're probably right, man.
Get in there, my son.
Ugh, he polished Phil Jones, so that's close as Daniel Rodriguez. Oh, man, Ferguson won the league with Cleverly in midfield last month. Exactly, Ian. I mean, he was just incredible when you think about it. Yeah, some of his sides were crap. You know that game where we smashed up Arsenal 8-2? Go and look at that lineup. The lineup from that game when we smashed up Arsenal 8-2. It's a shit team, guys. It's a proper gash team that we've actually got out on paper, you know, but we smashed them to bits. He was the Don. Rush Mano with a £5 super chat. Super chat. He says, would you have taken finishing second and getting to a European final before the season started? Because I would have. Progress. Oh, yes. I would have ripped your plums off for it, Rush Mano. What? I'd have ripped your hand off for it, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, leave your plums alone. But definitely, mate, that was that would have been a great achievement. Second place is something that I didn't think was possible at the start of the season when you consider just how strong some of the transfer windows that the other clubs had. The fact that we did finish third last season, quite far behind the likes of City and Liverpool. We were expecting Liverpool and City, of course, to be up there again. City were, Liverpool weren't. Maybe it's down to injury problems, but either way they weren't. And United were able to get up there and close that gap significantly, even with City. Well, how far did we finish far behind? Was it 12 or 14 points? I mean, look, it's progress. We've done much better this season than we have for the last 7 seasons in terms of closing that gap and actually getting up there and being in a title challenge at some point of the season. So, yeah, I would have definitely taken it, Rushy, and I never thought we would win the Champions League, so I'm not really bothered that we got knocked out of that. I know everybody had a massive poo when Solskjaer got us, dumped out the Champions League. Everyone was Ollie out, Ollie out, Ollie out. Everyone had a massive poo, and they would have sacked him off there and got Pochettino if they had it their way, and we'd probably be languishing down in fucking 10th with no Europa League. But either way, we didn't. We stuck with him, and he's done well, and we weren't going to win the Champions League anyway because we just don't have the team this year. I know strange things can happen. You can go on and lift it, but we still have the team this year, in my opinion. Europa Leagues, yeah, we do have the team to win the Europa League. We're coming up against teams like Villarreal in the final. 7th place side in La Liga in the final. Yes, please. I'd have taken that at the start of the season as well. So, yeah, he's done a brilliant job, and he deserves the credit. And I must say, even if he doesn't win it, it doesn't necessarily mean there's no progress going on in the club. It's just that it will be a big psychological blow for him and the players. This is a really great chance for them to get that first bit of silverware, together. Because this group has got unity. This group has got like a really good vibe and chemistry about it. You've had Cavani come in. He's like just a missing spice that we needed just to hot things up a little bit. And Bruno Fernandes, the catalyst, of course, making everything work. And it's all coming good. Pogba's playing better because of those guys. And Rashford's maturing and Greenwood's maturing. And all of a sudden, it's a really good set of players, and everybody's like Luke Shaw. Look at him; he's stepped up to the mantle this season. He was seriously questionable the last couple of years, really. But this season, I mean, there's no doubt he's, in my opinion, probably the best left back in the world right now. I don't watch every left back week in week out, but I can't see anybody could be any better than Luke Shaw has been in 2021. He's been insanely good. So, yeah. The lads are doing great. Wan-Bissaka, all these guys, they're so solid, dependable. It's just a couple of players letting us down, really, but I think we've got a good enough team and a good enough set of players to smash them up. Thank you very much, Rushmano, for the super chat. I love there, dude. John Jones says, if Man United don't win the Europa League this season, then Arsenal will have had a better season because they won a trophy, the Community Shield. Well, no, because we'd still have Champions League qualification, so we'll still be in the Champions League next season by finishing second, which is worth money to the club and actually is prestigious and helps you get more players and stuff. Okay, in terms of actually winning a shield, or maybe they would have been better, but overall, no. I'd probably you know, maybe the FA Cup, you could argue the FA Cup or something like that would have been good. Like Leicester, they didn't get top 4, but they got the FA Cup. That's pretty good. You know, that's good. But, damn it. Anyway. Yeah, Shazan Ahmed, big day tomorrow, big day. Would I trade Martial for Ronaldo? I would, Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, even though Martial's a lot younger. I just think Ronaldo could probably offer us more. But now, I don't know, actually. Don't know. We've got Cavani right now. Yeah, I probably would. Talking about would we trade Martial for one of the best players in the world, even if it's just for the short term. I mean, he's still one of the best players in the world. Shane says, Avram didn't know the offside rule until 2 years ago, so I'd be shocked if they ever heard of Matt Busby and Duncan Edwards. Oh, man. Rush Mano says, we've got 114 likes. Nice one, everyone. Thank you very much for hitting that thumbs up button. Please do smash that like on the video if you haven't done so. Sin Games comments, Sir Alex Ferguson said the first piece of silverware was the hardest to win. It's a mental challenge. Yeah, damn right. Yes, damn right. Fergie's position at United was even more torrid than Solskjaer's, you know? When Fergie came in and took over, and he had a bit of money and he had, thankfully, a lot of time, which by today's standards, you wouldn't get that amount of time, no matter who you are, I don't think. But he did have quite a lot of time. And if he didn't get that first FA Cup, that first trophy, then yeah, he could have quite easily been sacked off and failed from that moment on. So yeah, and then obviously we got our first Prem title, and then the rest is history. Qualifying for the UCL is not a trophy, says John Jones. No, I didn't say it was a trophy. Neither's the Community Shield, mate. It's a shield. You basically got a dinner plate, mate. Do you know what I mean? They basically fucking want a dinner plate, dude. You know what I mean? Oh, man. G. Von Rosario says, who knows? Penandes may seal the deal 1-0. Come on, Penandes. Go on, J. Von Rosario. Luke Shaw, best left back. Get in there, Shazal. I'm with you on that one. Right, yeah, get your thoughts and opinions in for a few minutes, guys. I'm going to stick around for a little bit. You've heard my thoughts on it. I think we're going to smash it up 2-0. You've seen my team. For anybody who's just getting in here, this is what I think he's going to go with. He could easily go with Matic and Pogba in the midfield, or even McTominay and Fred in the midfield. But I feel he's going to try and get his best players out on the pitch. So that's the sort of team that I think he's going for. Also, Bailly could get in there at the centre-back position, I suppose. But generally, it's not going to be too far away from this. Thank you, Griffo Chaz. Have a great night, mate. Appreciate you getting in here. He says, see you on a watch along tomorrow. Come on, United. Thank you, Griffo. I appreciate you, my man. Star-Lord comments, we should win the final. We have a few big game players in Bruno, Cavani, Pogba, Rashford, Greenwood to win us the game. That's a really good point. Match winners, man. Yeah, you need that. We've got that in abundance up there at the moment. You can easily see Bruno doing something special, Cavani doing something special, getting some monster header at the near stick, or Rashford banging one in, or whipping a lovely ball into, you know, there's so many different options and ways we can win this game with the players we've got. It's a nice dinner plate. To be fair, Sin Games it is. You know, if I even had that dinner plate, I wouldn't use it as a dinner plate. I'd display it on the mantle. You know what I mean? Hey, look, fair play to them. They won the FA Cup last season as well. It's not like Arsenal haven't had any trophies the last couple of years. They have got a couple of trophies, but in all honesty, in terms of progression, what's progression? Finishing 8th and getting a Community Shield, or finishing 2nd and getting to the Europa League final. I mean. And and we're talking about if Manchester United don't win the Europa, you know, which we are going to. After 30 years, Scousers stole our title. Says, with this team, Fergie would have won a treble of trebles. Maybe. I mean, the one thing I would say is, I do think it's harder now to win the league than it maybe ever was under Fergie. Now, it's easy to say that because, you know, eras are different. I mean, I loved the 90s football. I think it was the best era for me. I enjoyed it the most. But back then, there was only a few teams that could win it, I think. A few teams. Whereas now there's arguably 6 teams that could realistically win it every single season. So I think the depth is there. Plus, with the TV deal, there's not so much the monopoly on the transfer market that we used to have. Manchester United used to be able to just dip in and go and buy like all of the lesser teams' players for like not that much money, really. Or even if it was that much money, we could easily go and do it because they wanted to come and play for the best team, and we had all the money. And, you know, it's not like that anymore. Everybody gets given all these TV deal money. Everybody's playing on much more level playing field. But I think Fergie would find it hard. He'd still obviously perform better than any of our managers have done. I'm sure he probably would have won a couple of titles over these years. But I don't know if he'd had the success that he had Well, actually, that's silly to say because he did manage under the Glazers for 8 years or whatever, and he had success. I was going to say I don't know if he'd had the success because the Glazers have shackled this club pretty bad since. And when you're going up against the cities of this world and the Chelseas, who have a lot of these resources, it'd be hard for anybody. But then Fergie was just ridiculously special, so he probably would have won he probably would have done the treble of trebles, mate. Thank you, Aaron Homeyard. Get in there, my son. Shane United, it isn't harder now. No way. In 99, Blackburn got relegated. This season, Fulham got relegated. I mean, what relevance does that have? Because Blackburn once won the Premier League. What? This season, Fulham got relegated. I don't know. I don't know really that doesn't make any sense, but no, it is harder in a way because there's much more teams who are capable of winning it. Back in the 90s, you look at the 90s, right? Who realistically were capable of winning it in the 90s? Like, Manchester United were the best team. Arsenal, it was basically for the late 90s, certainly the late 90s and the early noughties, it was like Arsenal and United. It was almost a two-horse race for about 5 or 6 years. And then obviously Jose came in and ruffled a bunch of feathers. And then Chelsea were in the mix. And Liverpool, I suppose, were kind of around there, but they never, not really. They never won the title in bloody 30 years. And then Tottenham, they were never going to challenge for it. They were just a bloody cup team. Chelsea were a cup team before Abramovich came in. They were just 3rd or 4th place. They never really won it. So I don't know, man. I think there's more teams that could win it now, definitely. Yeah, Sin Games United, Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah, basically it, isn't it, back then? I mean, now you've got City in the mix. City weren't even, they were established in bloody 2011 or whatever it was, weren't they? Or 2009 or whatever it was. That's when they were established. So they weren't even, they weren't even a major concern. And then the other teams like Tottenham weren't as good. Well, actually, no. Tottenham have always been kind of mediocre. They were as good, I suppose. They just weren't a side that were realistically ever going to win the league, which is still the case. So I guess they are just as good. Gary Finnegan says, in the 90s, one player could single-handedly win you a match. Nowadays, it's all about the squad. You need squad depth, says Gary Finnegan. Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest with you, Gary. Like, it's always been a team game. You know what I mean? And there's always been match-winning players like, to be fair, like Ronaldo and Portugal springs to mind. And you think, I don't know. You're right in some ways, though, Gary. Yeah. Tando Manchester says United has spent the most in the last 10 years or so in world football. I don't think that's true, Tando Mancha. We've spent the most. I'm pretty sure. I think City spent more than us. Spurs for a while with Lineker. Yeah, well, Spurs have had their moments. Spurs have been up there. 3rd or 4th. When I was growing up, Spurs were like a 4th, 5th, 3rd or 4th, 5th place team. Kind of like Chelsea, just like Chelsea before they got bought by Roman. PSG and Neymar and Mbappe, says Paul Scholes. I mean, good. Post691 Pig, did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. Hey, we're going to wrap this video up here then, lads and lasses. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for getting in the stream. Do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button before you go. Come back after this video is finished and get your predictions in for the game. I'm going to have to wrap it up because I've just seen the time. I've got to get on and we've got to do a FIFA stream in about 45 minutes. So we're going to be back at 11 p.m. Everybody, do us a massive favor actually before you go. I'm just going to pop it in the live chat here. That is the link to the FIFA stream. So please go over there once this is finished and smash the thumbs up on the FIFA stream. You can also set the reminder. We'll be getting going around about 11 or 11:15 now, no later than that. So get in there for then, guys. Get in there for then. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Come back and get your thoughts and opinions about the game. Come back, tell me your teams. What would be your starting 11? Comment in the, don't comment now, comment in the not live comments after the video. And also with your score prediction, I'm going 2-0. Yeah, the Arsenal teams were amazing in the 90s, Ian Dawn. Oh, man, that was the best rivalry. United v Arsenal back then. Great teams, weren't they? Great teams. So much passion, vitriol. Oh, I miss it. Yeah, Sin Games, even if we did spend the most, we spent it on garbage. Exactly. Nothing to show for it. Hey, thank you, Rushmano. Thank you so much for getting in here. Thanks for the info as well throughout, man. I hope you have a good night as well. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. Rupert Meadow, FIFA at 11 o'clock, 11:15 latest. Oscar Milinkovic, have a good one. Shane United, look at the table in 99. We won it by 1 point. Chelsea, third, 4 behind us. Okay, well, that's quite a good example. But I bet I could find you many other examples where we just ran away with it. Paul scores as PSG, Neymar, and Mbappe prices were a lot more than we have spent. I mean, Mbappe was 196 million or so. No, Neymar, they paid 196 million for, didn't they? Can't wait to see you all crying tomorrow. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time, Luis Perez. This season, City won it by 12 as a Shane McCarthy. Well, yeah, okay, but I'm sure there's... Anyway, we're not getting into this. That's my opinion. You've got your opinion. My opinion is it's harder to win the league now than it was then. That's my opinion. Okay. William Marsh, take it easy. Oh, no. Sin Games, Johnny Gallagher, Ryan Martin, Shazad, Rushmon. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button, smash the thumbs up on it, come back and let me know your predictions and team news and everything, team lineups and everything. And I shall catch you tomorrow for the watch along. We're going to get going an hour before the stream at around about 7 p.m. So get in here. We'll be covering all the team news as soon as it drops at 7 o'clock, and also watching the game and just getting stuck into it, my friends. United are going to lift that Europa League trophy. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to see the baby-faced assassin, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, smiling like a Cheshire cat, lifting that European trophy above his head like he once did as a player, my son. Let's be having you! Come on, United! Let's get fucking buzzed up! Come on! Okay, anyway, no, seriously, let's get hyped. Okay, guys, have a good evening. Yes, Shazad Ahmed, the Vutinator, Rajmano. Sing Game says, I can't wait. Come on, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. See you then, guys. See you for FIFA in about 45 minutes or so as well. Go over to the link that's pinned to the top of the live chat. Smash a one on it. Sorry, smash a like on it. And I'll see you tomorrow or later for the FIFA. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Sing Games, 20xs TV, Jonathan Gallagher, Shazad, Luis Perez, Primot, Rushmano, Dilla B95, Jonathan Gallagher, everybody else. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. This is The Pig. Take it easy and come on, United. Iden Norway. Hello, he says, I'm bloody nervous. I feel you on that one, Iden. Thanks for getting in here, dude. After 30 years, Scouts have stolen our title. Stay classy. Shazad Ahmed as well. Hey guys, this is the member rundown to say thank you very much to all the channel members who support this show by being members of the channel, such as Ryan Martin at the end here, as you can see, and Shazad Ahmed, the Vutinator, Johnny Gallagher, Rushmano. You can see the little piggies and badges next to their names, and their names in green. Shout out to those legends, man, who support this channel. Also, everybody else as well who's not a member. You know, shout out to you too, everybody who just watches this channel. You know, thank you very much for getting in here and contributing. Obviously, not everybody can be a member or wants to be a member, but you still enjoy the channel, still contribute to this community. So thank you very, very much, everyone. The best way you can support the channel, smash the thumbs up on it and subscribe. Also, shout out to the main man in the live chat here, Travis, once again. Great Fortnite streamer. He's a double member here in the Pork Platoon, as you can see. Much love to Travis, and also great graphic designer and stuff as well. Donnie, he actually made this outro, so thanks, Travis. And Tox Cole, everybody else as well, all the channel members. Much love, guys. I'll see you on the next one then. See you later. Come back in a minute and have your say on the team news and the score predictions for tomorrow's game. We're going to smash them up. See you tomorrow for the watch along. Peace. Bye.